Our next step is we need to create the production level API for our mobile application. Mainly we are focusing the Flutter, so we will use the API for our Flutter application. But for any application, the API is same. It will return the response as JSON, and we will pass it as our need. Okay, in my case, I have two API. Mainly, I'm reusing these two. One is normal API without JWT authentication, and another one is with JWT authentication. I will explain what is JWT authentication. First, I will show and discuss again the first normal API. So inside my root folder, inside the nesif, I'm just upload this my MongoDB. I name it as MongoDB. Okay, I just try to upload this complete folder. Inside this folder, I have this file. I will explain each. Okay, first I just upload this complete folder to the my server. Okay, my upload is successful. I just open my MongoDB, that folder I uploaded. I can give any name, but I set it as a default MongoDB. Okay, here you can see I have three folder. One is controller, one is models, and another is routes, and my main file index.js, and another one is package.json. First we can open the index.js, and we can open the package.json also. Okay, inside the package.json, we set the dependency for dependency .env express, and express async handler, and mongos. And the index file I will explain. Before that, we have already this package.json, so I need to just run the command npm install, and it will automatically detect the package.json file, and it will install all the dependency that we added inside the package.json. Okay, before that, as we told, we need to redirect to the folder MongoDB. So I'm just go back to from my MongoDB test folder. To go back, we need to type cd // Okay, now we are in the home root. Just type ls to confirm. You can see the two folder, MongoDB and MongoDB test. Now I'm going to MongoDB. Okay, now we are inside this folder MongoDB. Okay, now I'm first we need to give the permission to do the operation read write execution. So we need to run the two command. The first command is sudo chmod -r space u plus rwt space x. Okay, I'll enter my sudo password. Okay, now the next command is sudo chown hyphen capital letter R $user $user space dot. Okay, now enter this two. Now my user has full privilege to do anything inside the folder. Now I'm going to type npm install. We are not going to npm init because we have already the file package.json. So we need to just type the command npm install, and it will install the all package that we written in the dependencies. These are all the basics of Node.js, so I am not going to explain more. We got one error. Okay, it's because maybe the cache, so I just run npm clean cache and I again run the command. Okay, now it's successful. uh, you see, if I get this error, I just copy this whole error and I just go into the ChatGPT and I enter the error, and the ChatGPT is it is maybe the cache, and it's run this command and I just run, and after it's okay. So if you stuck anywhere, you can use the ChatGPT for the helping. So there are a lot of benefits for the ChatGPT and other bot, so we must use that benefits. Before we face this issue, we need to check in the internet lot of article, but now we need to just copy paste the error, and the ChatGPT or bot, they are more intelligent, so it will give the solution. Okay, so if you stuck anywhere, you need to, or you just use the ChatGPT for your help. Okay, now I install the packages and just going to refresh. The node module folder is ready. Okay, now we can discuss the our index.js file. I'm just going to a rough simple explanation, because it is we need to study the at least the basics of Node.js, but here I'm just going to say the some important part of the our API. First we import the all our packages, express, mangoes and body parser, and we are storing our credential like port number and other MongoDB connection string inside the env .env. You can see I have one .env. I'll just open the .env. Okay, here you can see my MongoDB URI and my port number. Okay, that's why I required MongoDB .env, and here I make two middleware for body parser to parse the request, and here here I have one route. I will explain it later. This two lane user route and this middleware I will explain. And here I just create one app.get method to check our API is working or not. This one also I will later explain. This is the code that we before discussed to connect the MongoDB with our application. Mongos.connect, process.env, MongoDB-URI, and if it is okay, we will console log connection to MongoDB Atlas, and if it's error, we will print the error, and after that we will open the connection to the MongoDB. It will also console, and after that we run the our application in 3000 port. Okay, before run the application, we need to do some changes in our nginx configuration file to access or call this API. Okay, for that we need to back and go to the etc folder, etc, and go to the nginx folder, and you can see the site available, and just open this file rapidflutter.com. This is our nginx configuration file. Okay, here you can see there is only one the main path is root is location slash. Location mean the our main domain name. Okay, location slash mean our if we call the rapidflutter.com, it will directly go to this section and it will load this. We already set one index.html file with welcome. I'll show. Last time we created that file. Okay, you can see we already create one simple HTML file. So this is that area in the nginx file. You can see we just set that root and call it here, and this part is dealing that when we call the just main domain name like rapidflutter.com, and the nginx should call the HTML file and it will load. In our case, we need to call our API. So we can call the API like rapidflutter.com/API. Okay. This is our aim. When we call rapidflutter.com/API, it should load our API. Currently, there is no thing to run this URI. So we need to do this one. Okay, for that we need to add some code here. Okay, this is that code. You can reuse this code for any other port we are using for our API. You can see location/API. That means when we call a URL like our domain name /API, it should come here, and we need to connect our port. In our case, we are running our Node.js application in port 3000. Okay, and also in the env file also we set the port as 3000. So when a user call this /API, we need to get the node application that run in the port. So this 127.0.01 is the local host. That means we are doing this thing inside our server. So that's why it's 127.0.0.1 means the local host. Dot 3000. Here you need to change the port number. If you have on another application or another Node.js app, so we need to run it. It's in different port like 5000, and just to copy paste this same code, and we need to change the port number and also change the URL. This is the only thing we need to do inside this file. Okay, now we add this code. You can just copy paste this code, and only the change we need to done inside the after the slash and the port number. Okay, now I just upload this code. Okay, upload is successful. And one more thing, if you do any changes inside the rapidflutter.com or the nginx configuration file, we need to restart the nginx. To restart the nginx, you need to run the command sudo system control systemctl restart nginx.service. This command you will get it from the internet, or you maybe see when we install the nginx in the tutorial. There is a we discuss this command. Okay, just run this command to restart the nginx. Okay, now we restart the nginx, and now we are able to get the this rapidflutter.com/API. Okay, now it's okay, but we didn't run our port, so we need to return to our index.js, and we can just run our application. Okay, I'm going to clear. Now we are already inside the same folder. You can return to the folder home, Nesif, MongoDB. So our terminal also inside the same folder. So I'm going to run the application node index.js. Okay, now I'm just going to again call the but before I go to one error. Okay, we cannot connect to the MongoDB, so because I need to change the MongoDB connection string. It is my old connection string, so I need to change the connection string. I'm just going to my MongoDB and database. Okay, just to copy the connection string. Okay, also I need to change the password. I forgot my password. Database access, edit password, regenerate password, and copy and update the user. Just refresh and come back and I replace this password. Okay, now our connection string is okay. Again upload. If you do any change, you don't forget to upload. Exit. To exit you need to enter the Control C. Okay, again I'm going to run. Okay, connected successfully. Now I'm going to run the URL. Okay, you can see error fail, message API route is successful. It is coming from here. You can see in the slash API. We need to set this one. Don't forget what we add here, the sub URI API. Inside our Node.js application, you need to use this slash API. Otherwise, we cannot access to the our node application. Don't forget, this is very important. Before I spend a lot of time because of this mistake, I just call like this slash and like this, and it will not work. So to redirect to this port, we need to write this API. That what we write here, we need to add that one here also. Okay, so it is one get request and it will return. You can see return the response error fail, and just write one message to our API is running successfully. So we will get the response successfully. So we understand our API is working correctly. Now we can discuss the our remaining things, user route and other folder, controller route and models. Okay, I'll first open the model folder. I have one file user.js inside the model folder. Okay, model like table inside the SQL or MySQL. The same thing, we create a model. So for the testing, I just creating one model user. You can create the user model or any model in your application. There is a different collection. This model it's come in our database as collection. We will discuss it later when we run the application or add the user. We will understand. Now just understand the model means it come as a like table or collection in the Firebase. Okay, here I just creating the user like user schema is equal to new mongoose dot schema, and inside the curly bracket we can give the field here. One first is a name, and after the double dot we can just put one curly bracket, and here you can give the parameters like type is string, required or not, and other thing. There is a lot of other option you can check in the Mongo's this dependency. I'll just go, you can find it inside the npm and just search for Mongo's. We are using this package. And go to the documentation of the Mongo's. Okay, here you can see the lot of thing, or you can check in the internet or ChatGPT for more about the Mongo's. Okay, now for the testing we are just for our user two field, one is name and another is password. Both are string and required. And after that we need to set like this, user is equal to mongoose.model, and this name will come in our database, MongoDB database. Okay, and we pass the user schema and we will export. Okay, just to copy paste. Once we create this file, we will reuse this for everything, like now we have user, and after that we need if we are making one e-commerce application, we have product. So just to copy paste this user and rename it to product and change the field like this. So just to copy paste this code and we can reuse it. This is models. And now next one is route. Inside the route folder we have one route, user route. Okay, this is the route file. You can just copy paste this. I will tell what is route. When we call the URL, it will come here. You can see in our index.js. Here we set user route, and we will assign that or taking this file. You can see in the user route we will export this. Okay, so in our index.js we will assign this route file to one variable user route, like this, required. Inside the route folder we have one file user route. So all code in the this route file we will get here, and we use one middleware, app.use slash API. Slash API is in our Nginx we set API, and after that the word is user. Okay, then it will redirect to this user route. If we have another route like products, we can write this like products. Also we can create one another route and controller for products, and we can assign it. So this is the working of route. It will check the URL, and if the URL has the user's word, then it will go to this user's route, and it will check if the method is get, and it will check which controller or code is needed. So if it is get, it will call the method inside the user controller. We already create one instance of the user controller is here. You can see user controller, and we take the controller from the controller folder, user controller. We can open the controller folder. Inside the controller folder we have this is my user controller. You can see the all method we mentioned inside the user controller. Get all user, create user, get user by ID, update user, delete user. The all method is here. Here we write the code for the methods. You can see the create user. It will receive the name and password, and it will save to the DB MongoDB. We have the user instance of the our model. Then we will save to the user. You can see here new user is equal to user, and we will pass the name and password, and we will save. This is the MongoDB operation. If you want to learn more, you can check the MongoDB operation with the Node.js. Then you will find there is a lot of option to create, update, get. Okay, this is our create user, and this is our get all user. You can see user is equal to user dot find, then it will return all user. And the next one is get user by id. We'll use user dot find by id, request dot param dot id. Okay, I will set the or send the id by the URL parameter. Here you can see in the get user by id, in the user route you can see get user by id, we will pass id with URL. So that's why here you can see it will take the id from the parameter, and we will find. And the update user, you can see find by id and update, and we will pass the new name and password, and also delete. You can just copy this code, and these are the just basic create and get and delete. But in your application, when we create, we need to change the logic. Before creating the user, we need to check the user is already in the DB or like this. So we need to write our logic. But this is a just simple CRUD application API. In my case, I will just copy paste this, and I will edit as my need for each application. Okay, you can just copy paste this whole code. Update user and delete user. Okay, and we will call this all inside our controller. And one more thing, you can see I set the response like this, response.json, and in the JSON format I put error. If it is success, I put the error as fail, and I put one message. You can see user added successfully. And if as data, if the user is added, you can send the data, and I put the data as the user. And also for the error, same like error is true, and the message we will send the error dot message from the try catch, and the data is null. So we need to make the response as a standard, so it will we can easily handle in our Flutter side or our client application side, because we can just take this message and we can toast or show the message in user side. That's why you need to keep this response format like this. First one is error, and the second one is message, and the last one is data. The data is mainly used for when the get all user, so we will put all data, and we can receive it in the Flutter side. So try to keep the response like this. Okay, now we can test this API in our application. It's called Postman. Postman is one application. We can get it in our Windows PC or Mac PC to check the get and delete, post all method. We can test it with the Postman. Okay, this is Postman. It's a free application. You need to sign up to the website, or you can directly download the application for if you are using Windows, you can just download. Okay, when you open the Postman application, you will get like this. Just click this plus button and it will come like this. You can see from here you will get the send the request, get request, post request, put request, delete. With Chrome or any browser, we can only send the get request, but from the Postman we can check the other method like get and post, delete, like this. So first we can just copy the our URL, just copy. Okay, this is our base API. You can see it will come here /API, and it should get the response like API route successfully. Our application is already run. Node application is running in background. Okay, you can see API route is successful. Now I am going to call the user route. For the user route, after the API, we need to add the /users. Okay, when we call this /users, what happen? It will go to this middleware and it will pass to the users route. Then it will reach here in the users route, and we are sending the get request. So it will call the get all user in our controller. This get all user can send the request. Okay, we got the request like this. Error is failed and user received successfully, but the data is empty. That is because we don't have any data inside our database. So before we can send the get request, we can post. We put it post, and we can check when it is post, it will go to the post, check the post method, and it will go to the create user. Okay, this is our create user. So in the create user, we will pass the data with the body. We can send the data from the Postman 2-3 way. One is through the body. I will say, show how we can send it using body. Here you can see the fourth one is body. So just to put it body and click this row, and we need to change to, if it is text, you need to change to JSON. We are sending the data to API with the JSON, and we need to send the two thing, name and password, like JSON format. Name, both are string, and password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this name and password should match with this name, name and password. Okay, now I'm going to send the request with the post. Okay, you can see error is fails, user created successfully, and the name, password, and also generated ID, it is from the MongoDB. Okay, now we can check in our MongoDB database. I'm going to the database. Okay, and click the browse collection. Now you can see our first collection is ready with the Nassif and the password that we sent. So our database is okay. Now we successfully post. Now we can again call the get method. You can see now we got the data with our one user. Now we can check the update method. in our update method, you can check how it's working. Update method, we need to send the data for the update method with the body, requested body, and we will send the id for the updation. We will send with the parameter, and the new name and password we will send with body. Okay, so we need to send the name and password with the body, and send the id, that which one we want to update will with parameter. Okay, so we just already put it in the put mean update method, and we set the body. You can change the name to Nassif vs, and password we can 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and now we also need to set the parameter. For the setting the parameter, just put one slash, and here you need to enter the id. This is our id of the last created user collection. Just put the id also here. Now I'm going to send. Okay, updated successfully. We can check in our MongoDB. Just refresh. Okay, you see name and password is changed. Okay, now we can check the delete also. Put it in delete, and you can check the code for delete. For the delete, we no need the send the body. We need to send the id as parameter. So we already set the id as parameter. No need this. Okay, user deleted successfully. We can check in our database. Okay, it's gone. So we create the API and we check it's successfully working. Now we just do how we can it reuse. Like now we have the user, and I'm going to do the same for the just assume we have one other collection like products. So first I'm just going to create the model. Inside the model folder, I just create a new file named as products.js, and I open the file. Okay, and just open the user.js and just copy paste the same code and do the changing. I just copy this, close this file, and I paste it in the product.js, and I'm going to change user schema to product schema, and name we can keep it as name, and can price, and string 2 we can make it as number. Okay, and instead of the user I'm making product, and pass this product schema, export this user to product. Okay, now we create the products, just upload it, and similar way I'm creating the product route. Just create new file, products route, open the file, also open the user routes, just copy the full code, close, and paste it in the products route, and I am going to change user controller to product controller. We can create it later. Product controller. Also I'm changing the name user controller to product controller. We will create this controller later and change this user controller to all product controller. Okay, and instead of get all user, I'm going to change get all products, and for the remaining create products, get product by ID, update products, and delete products. Okay, now route also okay. Now we can upload this to server and open the controller folder and create new file product controller. Open the file, also open the user controller. Just copy this whole code and paste it in our product controller, and I'm going to change user to product, and this model slash our file name is product. Okay, now instead of the name, and change the password to price. So change here. Also change this create user to create product, and new user to new product, new product dot save, and this is the important part, product dot price, name and price. Okay, now our create product is ready. Just to confirm the name in the route is same. Create products, sorry, need only product, no need S. Okay, make sure this name and this controller name should be same. Okay, for the remaining I will do, I just pause the video. Now I change all remaining method to product. Okay, and the next important part is we need to add the route in the main index.js. Just copy the line and change to user route to product route, and here also change to product routes, and just copy this line, paste it below products route, can give the product. Okay, now I just send the file to server. Okay, now need to restart the node server. We got one error, product routes. Okay, we need to confirm the name. Product routes, can check the name has an issue. products route, there is S. Okay, products, I miss one S. Okay, got one more error. Model slash product, cannot find model slash product. Okay, there is inside the controller. We can check the code inside the controller. Model slash product, I think I put it also S inside the models products. Okay, I need to put one S here. Got one more error, user not compiled. Here we don't, I forgot to change this collection name. We need to change this one. It's an important thing. This name will come here in the our database. You can see this is user, like this it's coming from that. Okay, now we change that one. Okay, now we can upload and run. Okay, we successfully run. Now we can check the products. I can create one product. Instead of user, I'm writing product. Can check the API slash product. Okay, product. Need to add the products name it as pen, and price can name it as price is number 200. Okay, can send. Okay, now we can check in our database. Just to refresh. Okay, product also come. So this way we can reuse our API. Okay, now our API section almost finished. Now we can, the next part is how we can add the authentication, JWT authentication. I will discuss it. First I will say why we need the authentication for our API. If someone got this URL from your application, anyone can get the URL. It is not a big deal. If they can extract the application, they will get this URL. Then they can add or delete, update any data. Like if your price is 200, then one hackers got your API, then he can update 200 to 0, then he can purchase. So that's why we need to protect our API. We will use JWT, one package, and the authentication means with this URL we need to add one token, and if the token is matched with our server, it will check in our server the token is authentication, then only it will go to the database operation. I will show for this inside our MongoDB our project. I'm going to create one new folder. I name it as auth. Okay, now inside this I'm going to create a new file. I name it as authenticate JWT. Okay, now I open. And I'm going to add some code. Now I added some code. First I import the JSON web token. We need to first we can just install this package also in our application. Okay, npm I JSON web token. Okay, now we added, and also import the .env and config the .env, and inside the .env we need to add one JWT secret inside our .env. I'm going to create one JWT secret. It is your secret key. You can give any secret. I'm just make it a complex string or any hash value. So this is our main secret, and we will get it as a secret key. Just copy paste this remaining code. We have one function authentication JWT. We will receive the token and check if the token is not null, and we will verify. This is the verification. We will verify with our secret key. Okay, this is the code. Just copy paste this code. I will show how we can use it. Now you just create the authenticate JWT file. Now I will show how we can use it. Okay, now we can add one method inside our user controller. Okay, now I added one method login because we need to generate the token. Normally we will generate the token at the time of login. Here you can see when the user is login, we will receive the username and password, and we will find the user from the user.find1, and we will pass the name and password, and MongoDB will return the user and check if the user is not null. Then we will create one token. You can see first we will take the secret key from the env file, and the token is equal to jwt.sign, and we can do anything here. We can give your string, but normally better to give the user ID. So I'll name it as ID, and I take the ID from the user that we fetch from the database user._id. It will get our user ID. Okay, you can see this is our user ID. It's named as _id. That's why we are using like this _id. Then we will pass the secret key. Then we will create one token, and in the response we will send this token. Okay, I will show how we can call this login. Before that we need to be using the JWT, so we need to add the JWT import here. Just to copy this JSON web token and I paste it here. Okay, also we now add one method here. We need to put the method inside the route. Okay, we can open the routes and open the user route, and just copy any one get method. Okay, and I can make it as /login, and the method name is login user. Okay, now when user is called the login, it will go to the login user. We can upload and run the application. We can check if it is working or not. User /login, and the method is get. uh, sorry, I think the method of the login is not get, it's post. We need to pass the name and password, so we need to put it as post, otherwise we cannot pass the body. I change it to post. Okay, now I again run. We can set the users slash in our route users slash login, and the method is post. We put it as post. Okay, login, and the name as Nasif, and the password is 12345. You can check in our database. User. Okay, Nasif and 12345. Okay, and now I'm going to send the request. Okay, you can see login is successful, and it will return one string, hash string. It is called our token. So if you are in using in the application, if you are using the Flutter application or Android, any application, when the user is login, we will generate one token like this with this name and password, and we will fetch the user, and we will create one JWT token, and we will send it back. So in our client side, what is our task? We need to store this inside any shared preference or cookies. In our Flutter, we are using the shared preference, and we will store it inside the our local storage. So in our case, we can just copy it. In Postman, we can send the authentication. Now just copy this, and we can do the remaining code. Okay, we can return to our code. And what is our next team? When user try to other than login, for the login we will no need any token, because at the time of login user is fresh, so he don't have any token. For other all method like get all user and get create user, update user, any other, maybe it's not for the user, maybe it's mainly used when your product and other thing, but for now we can check with the user. For that we need to import this authenticate JWT in our route file. Okay, you can see I just import the authenticate JWT, this file, in our route. And what we need to do, I'm just blocking the get all user. So after this slash, we need to just call the authenticate JWT, this method, and all other thing it will handle. Okay, now I just add it here. Now we can save the file, and we can rerun the server. Okay, now I'm again going to get request and the user. Normally when we send this request, what will happen? It will go to this route, and it will try to get all user. We can check. Now I send, but you can see it's unauthorized. That is, when we call this route, it will go to this middleware authenticate JWT. In the authenticate JWT, it will check there is any token. In our case, we don't have any token. We didn't pass any token, so it will return the status 401 unauthorized. If we pass one token, it will check with the JWT library. It will verify with our secret, and if it is okay, then only it will call the next method. If it is called next method when our token is okay, then it will go to the get all user, and it will return the user. Okay, now we have already copied the token. Now in the Postman you can just click the authorization, and by default it is no auth. Just change to bear token, and inside this token just paste the token that we copy before. Okay, I have lost that token. No issue, we can again create post method body. Okay, just copy this. Okay, change to get method, and in the authorization where token, now I paste this token. Okay, now I'm going to send again. Now you can see it's working. So if we add this authentication, even anyone got this URL and he tried to call, and he didn't get any information from our database. We need to send the token with our request. Okay, in our Flutter side also we can do it. In our upcoming video we will show that. Okay, now we discuss the normal API and API with authentication. Now we are just going to show how we can connect our API that we build with our Flutter application. Here you can see I create a simple application with 3 text field. One is ID and another name and password. Our user has name and password and also ID, and we will check get, insert and update, delete from Flutter application. You can see I create 3 text editing controller and 4 method. One is get all, and in the get all we will I am using the HTTP package as HTTP for the network call. Okay, in the get method we are using http.get, and we will just pass this URL, and it will store the response, and we will print the response in the console. Similarly, we have one insert method. You can see we will use http.post and pass the URL, and we pass the body json.encode because we need to send the body as JSON. We pass the name and password as we done from the Postman. Same like we put the body as here. Similarly, I have one update method. In the update method, we will pass the body, and also URI slash we will pass the ID. ID we need to manually enter. Similarly, I have delete method. We will pass the URL slash ID as parameter, and it will delete, and will show the response we print inside the console. A simple application. We have this 3 text field, and inside one row we have the 4 button. Okay, let's try. I'll just open the console. Okay, first we can insert one item. To insert we need to enter the name and password, because our user model has his name and password, and ID will automatically generate. Okay, let's type one name, the password 54321, and I'm going to insert. You can see the response error fail, message user successfully created, and return the user with the ID. We can check inside our MongoDB. I'll just refresh. Okay, user. Okay, our user has created successfully. Now I am just clear the console, and I just click the get. Okay, you can see get all response but unauthorized. That's because we in the user route we put the authentication. last time we discussed about the JW authentication. We put authentication. So the get method will not work without if we send the token. So I will show how we can add the token in the application. To send the token with get request, here is our method. Okay, after the, you can see we just put the cursor above the get method. You can see first one is URI, we passed the URI already, and the second one is headers. In the headers we need to pass the our token. Okay, I just put comma, and okay, you can see I create the token. I copy the token from our Postman. We already save in the token, so I just copy the token and I make it as a token as string. When you are working in a real application, you need to save it inside a shared preference or a secured shared preference, depend on your application. And we need to pass the token with header. This is the format. After the URL, we need to type header, and inside the curly bracket, authorization and double dot bear, and we need to put one space. This space is important. Okay, and we pass the token. Okay, now I just restart the application. Now with this request we will send the token also. Now I'm just going to click the get. Now you can see we get the response. We have only one user, so it will return. Similarly, I'm going to update the user, make the name as update safe, and the password I change to 123456. To update we need to pass the ID, so I just copy this ID and I put it inside the text field. Okay, I click the update method. You can see updated successfully, and our data also may be changed in our collection. You can see data is changed in our database. And the last thing is delete. To delete, no need to send the data, only need to send the ID. Okay, I enter the ID and I click the delete. Okay, you can see deleted successfully. Okay, data is deleted. So this way we will create the API. Now our final part is installing the PM2. I will say why we need to PM2. Now we are running our Node.js application inside our terminal, and now we have access to send the API because our Node application is running. But when I just close this terminal, because I cannot always turn on my PC and run this application, we need to turn on the our PC. So if I just close this terminal, just close the terminal. Okay, then I send the request. It did not work because our Node application is logout or terminated. So that's why we need to even our PC is turn off or anything inside the server, our Node application should work. So for that we need to install the PM2. The software is called PM2. It will run our application inside our server, not in our, we no need to run our Node.js application from our terminal. And even the server is restarted, it will automatically run our all application that we already run in our server. Okay, for that we need to install the PM2. Okay, you can go the same tutorial. Here you can see in the Node.js application, after installing, here you can see installing the PM2. This is the step to install the PM2. So first we need to enter to our server. I have entered. Okay, now the first step, sudo npm install the pm2. Just copy the first command and enter. Okay, pm2 is installed successfully. Now we can run our application with pm2. It's same like a node, but the command is little bit change. pm2 start our node application file name. So I'm just going to cd my application running in MongoDB. Sorry, MongoDB cd MongoDB. Okay, I'm inside the folder and I just copy the command, and my file name is index.js. Okay, you can see the pm2 is running successfully, and our file is you can see the first application name is index. It is online, and how much memory is using, everything is showing. So even I just close my application, it will work. But before that we need to do some more step. We need to enable the pm2 for startup. That means if our server is turned off, like or restarted, the pm2 should stop. Then we need to again run the command. So to avoid that, we need to make the pm2 automatically start when the server is restarted or turned off. Okay, for that just copy the next command and I'm going to clear. Okay, then go to the next, just copy this command and change the summy as our username. Okay, in my case my username is Nasif. Also here also I need to change the summy to Nasif. Okay, and the next command is pm2 save. Okay, we done. Now even our server is restarted. pm2 automatically start our application. Okay, now these are the some commands. If we want to stop our application, we can run pm2 stop index.js like that. If we want to see which of the application is running in pm2, just run this command pm2 list. You can see now we have only one application, it's running, and the pm2 info and app name, you can just check pm2 info index.js. index.js disindex is okay, we no need to enter the js. You can just remove the js. Okay, showing the all thing, usage, active header, everything. Also pm2 monit, can check what is this command. Okay, it will monitor if we put the log in our application. If you put the console.log, it will print here inside this pm2 monitor. That means you can monitor the log and error, anything you can monitor from here. Just press Ctrl C to exit. Okay, now we almost ready. Now we can check the now I'm just going to close my terminal. Okay, then I'm just call the okay, still even I close the terminal, I got to access because it is running inside the PM2 inside our server, no need our terminal. Also I'm going to restart my server. My droplets. Okay, I'm going to the power section. Now just turn on my server. And I again restart the server. Now we can check even after the restart our node application is running or not. Okay, now our application is restarted. We can wait for a few seconds. Okay, now I again send the request. It is not ready. We can wait a little bit more time. It will take time to boot the old file. Okay, you can see it is automatically run our node application. Now we covered all from the basic how we can purchase the server and how we can set up Nginx and how we can connect with our domain name and how we can create the database. Everything now we covered, and after that we finally test our API with Flutter application. This one not for only Flutter, the API is for all application, it's same. Or we just response we will make it as a JSON, then we can use any other application even in Angular or Android or anything. The API development is same like. So I hope I covered all things. Thank you.